They must have thought I was taller. You may now be seated. Welcome, class of 2021 graduates. I'd like to begin with a round of applause for the parents and family members that helped you get here. I know this year was especially difficult for everyone, but parents, you drew the short end of the stick. You became teachers, counselors, cheerleaders, and coaches. That's a lot. I've spent a lot of time this year reflecting on what's important and what isn't. And each day, I try to count 1, 2, 3 things that are really important to me and what really matter, and things that I am thankful for. So first and foremost, I am thankful that we are able to gather here today to celebrate our seniors' accomplishments in person. And second, for the first time ever, I am thankful for graduation robes because they cover up all the extra COVID weight. At this time, I'd like to invite our class of 2021 salutatorian, Fiona Cassidy, and valedictorian, Claire Berrigan-Bates, to the stage to lead us in the pledge and our core values.
Please stand.
All right, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance here. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know there was going to be a test today. Sorry about that. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we will be reciting the core values of the Odyssey Institute for the Advanced and International Studies. One last time, seniors. We are committed to creating an environment of professionalism and acceptance. We are committed to excellence in all that we do to maximize personal and academic growth. We are committed to academic achievement and discovery. We are empowered to dream without boundaries. We are empowered to achieve beyond test scores and without judgment. We are empowered to lead without fear. We dream, we achieve, we lead.
It is my distinct pleasure to invite Jacob Burt to perform our national anthem. You may now be...
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. It is now our pleasure to present our 2020-2021 valedictorian, Claire Berrigan Bates.
Good evening. Before I launch into my speech, I would first like to congratulate the class of 2021. Guys, we made it. We made it through the most difficult, the most discouraging, most unconventional school year in history, and we handled it with grace, perseverance, and indestructible determination. To say that this year wasn't easy is an understatement. I think each and every one of us had moments in which we wanted to quit. We wanted to give up, myself included. We wanted things to be easy. We wanted things to be comfortable and familiar. But I find it so inspiring that in spite of the circumstances we faced, we fought for this. We crossed the finish line. And with this accomplishment of graduating high school, we move into the next chapter of our lives. Take a moment to reflect on your personal growth throughout high school. So much has changed since the day that we started this journey 4 years ago. We have all grown so much to become who we are today. And there is an inherent success in this growth that deserves to be celebrated. And for that, I applaud each and every one of us. But in writing this speech, I began to reflect on how it is that we got here. What did we do to make it to this point where we are able to look back on the immense growth that we have achieved, and where we are able to celebrate the diploma that we have earned? Put simply by Sophocles, there is no success without hardship. As I reflect on my own successes and the successes of my peers these past 4 years, Sophocles' message greatly resonates. We have all sacrificed in order to be here. The late nights doing homework when all we want to do is fall asleep, the questionable volume of caffeine consumption to keep us awake in class the next day. Doing it all over again, day after day, for 4 years. At times, it was difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. At times, the sacrifices we made felt fruitless. At times, the workload felt impossible, and we wanted to throw our hands up in overwhelm. Nevertheless, we continued to roll up our sleeves, show up, and make these sacrifices for our education. Someone who inspires me, Mrs. Caraway, often says that we only grow when we are uncomfortable. Especially this past year, high school was not comfortable. Teachers and students alike were forced to adapt to a new learning environment and a new way of life in the face of a global pandemic. In truth, it was one of the most difficult years in my life and in the lives of many others sitting here today. Spending our days sitting at the computer without the human interaction that we crave, hours of Zoom calls and working on Google Documents bled into days, into weeks, into months. The monotony was grueling. It was so easy to feel resentful, frustrated, and hopeless. It was uncomfortable. In the face of such circumstances, we made it. We made it because we adapted to these circumstances and we refused to let them defeat us. We became more creative, more adaptable, and better communicators. We all grew as scholars and as human beings. Most of the time, it is only in hindsight that we recognize the true impact our discomfort has had in contributing to our success. My mother, someone else who inspires me, has always taught me to find value in everything. Every obstacle you faced, every hardship you've dealt with is valuable because it has made you the person that you are today. Our wisdom and our growth comes from experience. In the moment, situations we have experienced, including learning during a pandemic, have seemed insurmountable. Really, they taught us a lot about ourselves and thus were of great value to our personal growth. Another teacher I admire, Mr. Hyatt, gave us a formula in sophomore year of what it takes to be successful. The only thing completely in our control is hard work. We can't control our backgrounds, our levels of inherent skill, the amount of luck we may receive in this life, but we can control how hard we work. While my advice to always work hard is far from original, I repeat it because it's true. Uncomfortable situations are opportunities to grow, but the growth is really a result of hard work. Our growth this past year didn't occur simply because we were casualties to a global pandemic, but because of how we adapted and how we responded to it. We didn't accept COVID-19 as an excuse to ourselves to let our minds fall idle, our work be left unfinished, our Zoom classes unattended. Every single graduate sitting here today is successful because we rolled up our sleeves, we showed up, we worked hard, and we persevered. If nothing else, this year has proved that the class of 2021 is unbreakable. In closing, I would first like to offer a few words of wisdom I've learned from the class of 2021 and the faculty and staff who have taught me all I know. Seek discomfort, show up, roll up your sleeves, work hard, persevere, be humble, and be kind. And to every graduate and every member of the Odyssey community present today, I would like to thank you for your impact on my life and my education. Each and every one of you means the world to me. I would especially like to thank our principal, Ms. Quigley, our assistant principal, Mrs. Sabo, and a few teachers who have especially impacted me, including Mrs. Caraway, Ms. Weens, Mr. Hyatt, Mr. Arnoldy, Mrs. Mullen, Senora Sandoval, Ms. Felton, and Mrs. Robinson. Thank you for the guidance, the words of wisdom, and the mentorship you have provided myself and my classmates during our time in your classes. Your impact is greatly felt and appreciated by the class of 2021. We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for our wonderful teachers and families who supported our successes in these past years. And to you, my classmates, as our high school years become a glimmer in the rearview mirror, take what we learned this year as you move into the next chapter of your lives. Congratulations, class of 2021. We made it.
We will now hear from our faculty speaker, Mr. Jordan Meller.
Just give me 1 second. I've got to prepare for class here. All right, thank you to the parents and families and friends of the graduates, the administrators, faculty and staff, and the student leaders of this great school of learning. Wonderful guests, to our board of directors, and of course to our great visionaries, the forward-thinking women who saw a need, came up with a plan, and put it to action. Our founders, Mrs. Johnson, Ms. Olson, and Ms. Daniels. Can we give them a round of applause? It is an honor to be a part of this celebration and to deliver a few words on behalf of the faculty today. 2021 graduates of the Odyssey Institute for Advanced and International Studies, you did it. You did it. Congratulations. Tonight is all about you, and we are thrilled to share in this celebration of your success. It is such a pleasure to share in the intensity of emotions filling this huge room as you, who are graduating, close this chapter of your life story. But it is only a chapter. There are very many pages and other chapters to fill. Parents, you are probably wondering where the years have gone as you marvel at your sons' and daughters' accomplishments. It doesn't seem that long ago when these young adults we honor today were toddling off to start kindergarten. Of course, living through those years between kindergarten and graduation may have seemed like an eternity for the students and for some parents as well. You are the class of 2021. You graduate in a century still in its toddler years, at a time in history when our world is dealing with enormous challenges, but at a time when the opportunities created by those challenges have never been greater. My theme for tonight is You Are Survivors. You are survivors. Class, along with the rest of the world, you have fought COVID-19. Some of our international students were forced to return to their home countries. Teachers and students alike pushed off campus, adjusting to virtual learning, sometimes without access to the technology they needed. You have faced a great amount of adversity and have successfully pushed through to the finish line. This moment is not a reflection of your entire high school experience, and these circumstances do not take away from all that you have achieved thus far. You have been resilient during a difficult time for nearly everyone, and there is no doubt that the class of 2021 has and will continue to beat the odds. We had some fun, didn't we? Blake and Norman, I enjoyed those hours you all would spend with me just talking about everything under the sun, failed romances, where to go to college, life in general. Speaking of romance, when you all were sophomores, y'all used to always ask me about my love life, giving me tips. If y'all only knew what I was thinking. These little nosy teenagers trying to school me on relationships. Well, you'll be happy to know that now I am engaged, my fiancé is here, and we are planning our wedding later this year. Zach, Brody, Cody, Evan Leach, you all started the cult of Mr. Miller when I arrived 3 years ago. You guys helped a new teacher at Odyssey feel more connected to the students, and I thank you. You are survivors. Class of 2021, you survived Tipping Point. You survived Mr. Arnaldi and Mr. Hyatt, two of the toughest teachers I've ever come across. Parents, I know I can speak for the teachers and staff when I tell you the nice gifts and actions and cards meant a lot over the years. Isaiah Cully, I still have the note your father sent me at the end of your sophomore year. It said, Mr. Miller, my wife and I would just like to thank you for being a great teacher and role model to our son. The things you have taught him will surely prepare him for the future. These words are similar to the ones you have shared with our great teachers here at Odyssey. Claire Bates, Fiona Cassidy, Hannah Dixon, Melissa Sanchez, and Andrew Dixon, congratulations on your sensational academic achievements. You studied hard, and it shall be rewarded in ways that you aren't even aware of just yet. You are survivors. Sasha Rodriguez, Haley Larison, Ashley Mills, and Claire Lanzotti, as your teacher, I always marveled at your intelligence and your ability to dissect issues and provide proper reasoning and come to solid conclusions. Jackson Miller, my brother from another mother. That boy loved the debate. Every class we could be discussing every class he wanted to debate. We could be discussing the established and well-known law of supply and demand. And if you know anything about the law of supply and demand, it cannot be debated, but that boy will want to debate it. Gabby Medina and Mason DeVico, your leadership qualities are phenomenal, and I have watched you grow in that vein over the years. You are survivors. J.T. Martin, you raised your hand so much in 8th period that I used to think to myself, if that boy raises his hand one more time. JT, I know this last year hasn't been the easiest for you and your family, but just know that at Odyssey you have friends and family forever. Class of 2021, you are technology natives, born and educated in a technological world that was only found in science fiction stories when some of us in this room were in school. You tweet, chat, video chat, DM, snap, vlog, read books and news online, and your electronic social networking has shrunk the known world. You are the generation that continues to take technology of today to new and dizzying dimensions. You are the ones who will bring solutions to environmental concerns, global warming, conservation of natural resources, and development of alternative energy sources, the issues that my generation is still grappling with. You are survivors. Some of you may come up with strategies to lessen the political and racial and other divides in this great nation that still keep some of us apart. Someone among you may find the cure for cancer or other debilitating afflictions that still devastate lives. All of your teachers at this wonderful school of learning have worked hard to prepare you for the uncertainties that may lie before you. Chemistry and biology and physics, Mandarin and Spanish, language and literature, art and photography and business, algebra and geometry, athletics, government and economics, history, theater, and music. All of these subjects taught to provide you with the knowledge you need to matriculate and or go into the field of your choice. So, Jaden Garcia, when you tell me that you want to become a teacher, I think about all the fabulous men and women that share the wisdom and knowledge that they have with students every single day. So, Jaden, you won't regret it. But it isn't just the classroom lessons that we want to take away with you. Sometimes we had some real deep conversations about life in our classes. Teaching is not only about sharing the pedagogical methods of education and testing to see if you have reached this benchmark. Teaching is about sharing our own diverse experiences in the hopes that you will learn that the classroom is not a room just with desks and chairs, but that it is global. That it is watching two little kids from different neighborhoods, maybe different backgrounds, playing in a splash pad. No motives, no agendas, just playing. Or teaching unconventionally how to budget, how to interview for a job, how to manage your credit, how to listen attentively, how to be empathetic, how to love and respect others, how to face adversity and overcome it, how to deal with failure, because it may come. But you are survivors. You want success, right? Well, failure may come. Denzel Washington said, you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud. That's part of it. I won't bore you with the stories of famous people who have failed and then succeeded. You've heard those before. But I will tell you that failure may come. Do you know failure is a lesson in disguise? Failure is success in progress. A writer named Sachin Pandey says, failure, when defined in a simpler way, can be compared to fixed deposits. Whenever you fail, you're depositing unique and first-hand experience that will eventually return to you as a wealthy success. Each failure defines a mistake which you could have avoided, a practice that you needed, and a skill that needs to be sharpened. Safer to say, failure is a stepping stone to success. A lot of people strive for success, thinking that success is all you need to live a purposeful life. Well, the truth is, you don't. Achieving success without experiencing failure will never make you skilled enough. Failure can be life-shaking, and by that we mean the kind of failure that changes your life, breaks relationships, or gets your career path down a different trajectory. It can be difficult to pull yourself up, brush off the dust, and move on, but that's all it takes to push you to the next milestone. You are survivors. Failure comes in all shapes and sizes, failing an exam or losing a great business deal. The gain varies, but the pain always has the same shattering wavelength. How you choose to learn from your failure decides how soon you'll reach your success. This makes failure the ultimate life lesson that you can gain only by pushing yourself to work towards your goal. Winston Churchill said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Now, Ms. Quigley, you may be wondering why I'm talking to your graduates about failure tonight. Well, as teachers, I am sure that you would want us to explain the applicable IB learner traits so that when these young people are faced with it, that they will remain principled, okay? That when faced with adversity, they will act with integrity and honesty, with a strong sense of fairness and respect and justice. That they still will be caring, showing empathy, compassion, and respect towards the needs and feelings of others. That they still will be risk takers, approaching unfamiliar situations and uncertainty with courage and forethought. And that they will be reflective, giving thoughtful consideration to their own learning and experience, and being able to assess and understand their strengths and limitations. You, class of 2021, are survivors. See, no one escapes failure. If you let it keep you down and shy away from achieving your goals, you failed again. If you learn from it and continue on your path toward greatness, it wasn't a true failure, but a lesson. But, class of 2021, failure will not be an option. If you fall down, stand up. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. You will rise like an eagle, and you will soar the highest heights that you can reach, because you, class of 2021, you all are survivors. You are survivors. So, just like I taught you all in class, I want you to talk to failure and tell it who you are. Not who you are, but who you are. All right? Y'all remember that from class? So tonight, you are poised to start a new chapter of your life story, armed with the skills and knowledge you've attained. I can tell you are eager to tackle this next phase, whatever it might be. For some, college or technical schools will be your next stop. Some are headed straight to the workforce. Some may have chosen military service. Whatever direction you take, I guarantee that your world will change as you leave high school. And as a result of whatever it is you choose to do, our world will change as a result of your contributions. Contributions that will be determined by how you follow your dreams and imagination. While we celebrate your past academic accomplishments and activities tonight, I want to challenge you to continue your quest for knowledge and to discover your own unique ways to contribute to our society. You are survivors. Although for some, your next steps may have been determined, many of you may not yet know the direction your life will ultimately take. You may find a new calling in this chapter, in this next chapter, or it may be several chapters down the road. You may decide the direction you thought you were going just doesn't seem right, or it flat out isn't working, and you will begin to follow yet another new road. J.K. Rowling, the creator of the Harry Potter books, was addressing the 2008 graduating class at Harvard when she said, "Some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default." Can you imagine a life lived so cautiously that you have failed in life by default? I can't imagine any of you seated before me choosing to live life cautiously with all the opportunities that lay before you. So take risks, set goals, remember you are survivors. Take the detours that inevitably pop up and learn from them. You live in the greatest democratic republic in the world, a place where you can worship as you wish, gather where you want, and pursue any opportunity that you happen upon, regardless of your sex, your race, or your age. You are part of a global generation for which professional opportunities, recreational travel, and explorations may take you to the furthest reaches of the earth and beyond. I felt the joy tonight as I watched you prepare for this ceremony. I saw you straighten each other's caps and gowns. I saw the hugging, the high fives, the age-old signals of friendship and caring. I saw your unbridled enthusiasm for what you have accomplished. So I want to challenge you to take that enthusiasm that surrounds you tonight out into the world with you and use it to obtain your goals. Class of 2021, you are survivors. As you go forward, don't forget the friends you have made and those that you will make along the way. True friendship is a treasure. Continue to care about yourself, your family, your friends, and your world. And whenever or wherever the next chapters in your life story may take you, Make sure the journey includes joy. Class of 2021, you beat back all the negative effects that a pandemic can bring. You beat back the limited mobility and the impact on your mental well-being. You beat back the declining grades, the limited access to your teachers, the social isolation. You rose above the depression. That's because you, class of 2021, are survivors. As I close, I am reminded of a 2002 song by Beyonce. Y'all ever heard of her? I am definitely no singer, but I just want you to remember and meditate on these words. When you have faced adversity and survived and overcome that failure, listen to the words. Now that you're out of my life, I'm so much better. You thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger. You thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. You thought that I'd be sad without you, I love harder. You thought that I wouldn't grow without you, now I'm wiser. You thought that I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought I wouldn't sell without you, sold 9 million. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. One more time. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive.
When I learned how to stand on my own, and I'm grateful for the memories of the life and the love I have known. And I want you to know, not everything is changing. There's a place
Now is the time we've been waiting for, the presentation of our scholar diplomas. Benjamin Adams. Matthew Afik. Hamza Aziz. Brooke Barbie. Robert Barnett. Jeffrey Barr. Claire Berrigan Bates. Jasmine Becerra Padilla. Kaya Bell. Devin Black. Devonte Bunting Arujo. Jacob Burt. Noah Caraway. Fiona Cassidy. Kiana Charette. Justin Chow. Haley Clark. Carlisle Clayton. Bradley Collins. Josiah Connor. Alex Correas. Isaiah Coley. Blake Cunningham. Valentina Davila. Jessica Day. Jacob DeLeon. Andrew Dean. Martin Diaz. Rachel Dion. Andrew Dixon. Hannah Dixon. Amelia DeVico. Mason DeVico. Landon Evans. Kiara Fierro. Emily Fleming. Isaiah Flores. Jess Forney. Leanna Gagliardi. Jaden Garcia. Taylor Gilbert. Elliot Gillespie. Ariana Gonzalez. Enrique Gonzalez Cervantes. Lily Gonzalez. Osiris Gonzalez. Maya Harrell. Norman Harris. Dylan Hecht. Liana Hernandez. Hunter Hirschberger. Eliza Hess. Keaton Ireland. Andrew Jimenez. Sarah Canoe. Matthew Kinnison. Isabella Klein. Sienna Krieger. Trinity Lancaster. Joshua Landers. Claire Lenzotti. Haley Larison. Haley Larkin. Evan Leach. Sedona Lockett. Dakota Locklar. Isabella Lucero.
I know I'm supposed to look this way. Alyssa Ludlow. Carrie Lamadou. Patrick Mackey. Thomas Mackey. James Martin. Michael Mattingly. Joseph Matus. Caesar Mayoral. Sarah McBride. Jovita McCombs Zapeta. Joshua McGee. Esmeralda Medina. Gabriela Medina. Giovanna Mendoza. Jackson Miller. Ashley Mills. Ian Monhay. Noah Moore. Miles Nelson. Adam Nunez. Maxwell Aransky. Reese Paget. Angela Pera Baraza. Gabriel Peinado Garcia. Ishan Pereira. Alberto Perez. Juan Perez. Nathan Perez. Lauren Peterson. William Pina. Martin Ramirez. Kaylin Regis. Obed Rivas Garay. Talon Roberts. Christopher Rodriguez. Sasha Rodriguez. Awesome. Angel Roman. Jessica Rude. Alejandro Ruiz. Kylie Salter. Melissa Sanchez. Mercedes Sandoval. Savannah Sandoval. Adric Schultz. Aiden Schwacke. Kyle Scully. Paige Shetler. Jacob Smith. Mason Smith Tarango. Timuron Stevens. Jacob Stewart. Sarah Swanson. Paige Talene. Sierra Thompson. Natalie Tinajero. Eben Towns. Brody Trulinger. Alexander Turbot. Cody Turner. Daniel Valdez. Nathan Vanderwerf. Steven Vasquez. Alexa Velez. Jane Wheeler. Sarah Williams. Zachary Woodward. Zachary Wright. Joelle Zip.
How about another big round of applause for all of our graduates? We are so thankful for your attendance this evening to celebrate the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021. We hope that each OI senior takes the time to bask in the successes that they have had while within the walls of Odyssey High School. As the door closes on your high school career and you head into the next chapter of your life, we would like you to consider the following things. First, be kind to those around you, all of those around you, regardless if they have the same view as you or not. Learn from your mistakes, as you will never stop making them. I know. But true growth comes from those mistakes. And lastly, have grace with others as well as grace with yourself. You never know what battles those around you will be fighting. Now's the time to be proud of all of your hard work, your perseverance, and to bask in this celebration. You're going to be heading out into the next chapter of your life now. We're proud of each and every one of you. Will the class of 2021 please stand up? It is now time to signify your graduation. Please move your tassels. It's now official. Congratulations, Minotaurs. Lead on. May I present to you the class of 2021.
do. I think about you day and night. Think about the girl you love. Be together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you together.